Got ourselves Saya first up over for the team one. Immediately Elo charges at him without any stops, breaking through a shield of vengeance very, very quickly. But an immunity to reverse it? I'm actually very surprised Elo using immunity this early, because Saya, I don't think he's had a proper go. Yeah, there goes the stun, there goes everything. He's just layering up. I think maybe they saw wings and be like, all right, I'm gonna trade with wings, but it's like a 30-second wings. Or like wings that last 10 seconds, 8 seconds maybe, and then up every 30 seconds or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I think if it was normal, like 2-minute wings, definitely probably a trade. But I don't really know. Wake up ashes out for Saya. That's the thing though. With Saya, he doesn't even really need wings. He needs more like the dawn light that comes from the wings. Once you get the dot going, that's it. It's there and it's permanent. Big damage out for only though off the bat. That is interesting. He's got himself a little bit of that. Ah, this totem. The totem pulling Saya back as he's able to rush out, finally ready to go. However, the problem with only, he doesn't, unless he chooses to go for big mobility to catch up to Saya, Saya's going to be able to get a lot of recovery behind that pillar. He does have the fire elemental that's constantly attacking him. Try to see if he cut across towards only, catching him with a lasso for a second. Should be able to get away from the guy. As long as you're able to remove the hand of freedoms, you might be good. Saya with the shield of edges does not look like he has mobility to catch up. Look until maybe land a stun out in the open, maybe overextended, take a lot of damage, lay on hands just to make sure he's extra healthy. Those lava bursts look so good when they get a barrage like this, by the way. They look so sick. I love it. Stormkeeper out for only, try to see if he cut across on the other side, stun. Could potentially go for a trick. It does have some big zappers to follow while the Ascendance is active, buffing up his Maelstrom quite a bit though. Earth shocks, knockback, full immunity to magic damage. This is where only I feel like may need to play it super defensively. So bulwark and a wall, but he can't do any damage to Saya. I was thinking maybe Burrow at that point, because at that point you could just maybe nullify his damage while he nullifies your damage. And Saya back it up out of there. The totem does do a significant piece of damage if you just hang out by it. Does end up eliminated very, very quickly. Kind of wish the totem lasted a little bit longer. Maybe had a little bit of a bigger range, a better range or something. You know what I mean? Stun onto only. Saya tried to see if he closed that gap. Stun by the Earth Elemental. I don't know why it was taking a second there. Knocking it back at the totem. Got eliminated the totem very, very quickly. Let's just try to see if he can slam down versus only. Light lassos to follow. And has got himself full dawn light, burning him down little by little. Has Saya out in the open. Saya does not look like he's going to be going behind the pillar anytime soon. Try to see if he can find the shaman tooth and nail. Bubble is out for only. That is a burrow. So he's traded burrow for a bubble. B for B. But it's going to be a stun immediately. Knockback. Still able to get a bunch of those cleaves from the Wake of Ashes. Unless he can get Saya in a bad position where you can knock him super far out, it's going to be rough. As he got himself full first hit really quickly for the next one with Jay. That is a rough duel. I actually think only the shaman, he had himself a really, really good setup in my opinion. Like an excellent setup. Like it's about as good as you could get things going, honestly. Like this was great. Poly out for Jay. I feel like he was able to match Saya's energy and damage quite well. I just don't know what he could have done better or differently. He trinketed, he didn't have any pre-walls or anything like that. I think maybe positional to knock Saya further out, but that's about all I could think of. Just needed another big go into Saya, just a little bit, few more seconds. Saya trying to go for a kick on a Jade, does not connect, but still the dawn light burning right through him. He's got himself the shields to keep himself alive, but they do get burnt through very, very quickly. Rare Frost to follow. Is it enough though? No, Invis still dotted, however, so he can only use that Invis in order to give himself some DR with a poly back at Saya. Try to see if he can spell steal whatever buffs he can as best as possible. Got himself a bit of that shifting power to go for a bit of that cooldown reduction behind the pillar as Saya mounted up. I love his whole mod combo he's got going on. He's straight up a Death Knight, dude. No longer a paladin. He's straight up actually a Death Knight, dude. Full Legion Death Knights that looks so good. Together with the invincibility. Imagine if that was your like big rider mount that you could summon as a pally, right? Whenever you do seed, you get invincible instead. That would look sick as hell. I'd be confusing, I think, to a lot of people, but that would look sick in my opinion. Jay trying to see if he can back up out of the side. Keeps just hammering away at the guy. With Jay, he does have a second block in case he needs to. He can't go for a full stun combo to Saya. Saya does not have Bop or Bubble. I don't know if Lay on Hands is back up, but that's an opportunity for you to potentially go for a proper stun. Try to go for a stun. Trick out of Jay. Big damage on the Saya. Isn't enough though. Ray of Frost trying to see if he can end it. Oh, but a shield of vengeance. With the wings taking down Jay. There's nothing else he could have done there. Rick tried to see if he could get all those pets up and running. Saya, I think, has a lay on hands, but I'm not sure. He does have a lay on hands. There must have been a reason why he was that aggressive. With the bubble coming up in about a minute. Actually got bubble coming back up so soon. You may need to play it super safe though. I don't know. He can go for another Wake of Ashes, so he can stun all those pets. And that's exactly what he's going to go for. Stun all those pets. Try to get the Dawnlight onto Rick. But his health is not none. There's going to be big Doomguard just piling damage away with him. And there's going to be somebody left on team 1. Oh, wait, no. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I thought somebody did. Shiny going to be up next versus Rick, however. Trying to see if he can just go big damn with a full wall out for Rick. And at least bunker down for a second. Shiny taking huge hits back to back from the Doomguard. But that thing does fall apart. Blades are up onto Rick, however. He can spam fears at the Feral Droid, at least for a little bit. Got him some mobility. Is going to go for a big chaos mother summon. Handle done. Trying not to get interrupted. Mortal as the Druid tries to go for a potentially charge in. Does not use a Skull Badge just yet. Rick is dying to them bleeds really rapidly. Trying to go for literally drain just to keep himself alive here. Shiny with a Heart of the Wild. Does go behind the pillar. Could go for Heart of the Wild just to heal up. Out of bear form. As long as he doesn't get interrupted. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. Now they got interrupted. You could just Convoke. You could just Convoke if you wanted to. I don't know if you want to use Convoke offensively, defensively, but if you ever wanted to use the Convoke defensively, dampening isn't super high. Rick does keep summoning more demons. That Doomguard basically means you don't go out there. Oh, what the hell? It just summoned it and then it disappeared. And it's just gone. Just like that. Gonna be a stun versus Rick. Does go for a full Convoke. The Convoke, however, will sometimes strike the pets. It will strike the demons, so it's super unfortunate. Sometimes you get lucky and it just goes all into the Warlock. Otherwise, sometimes it'll just bite the demons. And you just Convoke that bites back. It's super unfortunate. More Dreadstalkers, speaking about bite. Got a Shadow Bite of their own. Overlord. I don't even know if that guy gets to connect. But they said wall out for Shiny. Tiring out for Rick. I don't think Rick is going to be... Oh, Shiny's going to be in a great spot right now. He's just way too many pets down there. Bash onto the Falcard. But it doesn't matter. It's still surrounded by demons. I think it's just lights. I think Rick was even able to get himself a quick hit there too. And it's going to be Rest in Hell up next. You still have a lot of demons. I don't know if you just want to take the momentum. Try to see if you can reoriginate that momentum back onto the DH. Axe toss immediately. Rick is just going to try to see if you can sit on the other side of the pillar. Dampen is kind of high. So for the Demon Hunter, there's a limited opportunity for you to heal. Only opportunity you can heal is if you're attacking something with Leech and with Hunt. He got himself a bit of Leech. He got himself a bit of Souls. He can keep building off those pets. The Hunt is active too, at least for a little bit. He's got himself the most amount of healing he can ever get here. What is it, Rick? Use it there. Was that a Shadow Bird? Actually, big damage on Rest in Hell. I think Rick is just done for the night. Holy fear, last second. Are you still alive? Warlock Hellstone, 2 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warlock Hellstone. Use it. Oh, he's still alive, but barely though. Tired is in play. If you can just stay away from Rest in Hell, let the pest do work, he might be all right. I don't know if he can though. Axos needs to come in right now. No, it's Axos. Wait! Oh, I was thinking for a second Rick might be able to escape. He just needed some one little CC. One little CC and it might have been okay. Rest in Hell sees the Feral, however. Spectral Sight lets you see targets even if you take damage. So it doesn't even matter. Rest in Hell trying to see if he can catch up as much healing as he can off of the Feral Druid. With that Sigil of Spite, spawning in a bunch of souls does give him enough to get a big glaive of Reaver's Glaive thrown in. Trying to see if he can back up on it in case of the stun of the Feral. That's actually going to check out stun. Oh! Wait a second, Rest in Hell. That is some plays right there. He immune the Feral stun, went back in there, finished the job. That was amazing. Well done. That was so cool. I like that.